it's maybe hard to believe, but even a series like RS is being made on a relatively small budget. So we wanted to create this world that was very traditional in a Dutch sense. Like, we wanted to reference a lot of Dutch culture and Dutch clothing and stuff, but we didn't have the money to build sets. So almost every place you see in Aries had to be scouted by Stephan and the other cinematographer. So Aries actually consists of maybe 5 or 6 different buildings in the Netherlands, and they're not even all in Amsterdam. And we had to link all these buildings together, and it was really, really difficult. And I mean, Stephan can tell you all about how meticulously we tried to stitch all those locations together.
Yeah, it was like we had a location scout, Joseph, and he came up with a lot of different links. So he shared us all the time like new links, like, okay, I have this location. So then, like, the 4 of us, like Giancarlo, Michiel, and also the other DOP, Joris, we took a look at all the links, and then we already decided, like, okay, those locations we really want to see, and those locations, they are not going to work for us, like what we could judge on the photos. And then we made, like, with the main producer, we made a lot of trips to all the locations. And then, like Giancarlo said, it was a really hard thing to stitch all the locations together, because we had to, like, I remember that in Photoshop, we made like kind of an image of all the locations, and we had to make a floor plan, like, okay, if this is, for example, the main floor, if they go to the basement, which building is that going to be, and which area? So, for example, we had like our old castle, but we also had a part in the studio. We had a part in a museum. We had a part in some old war bunkers. And we always had to think like, okay, if the person is coming from this side and he walks there, he's going towards that room. And then we had to connect it or by art or by light. We had to think of a dissolve, like, okay, he crosses this door, and where will he enter in the other building? And of course, because it was like Giancarlo and me, but also Joris and Michiel, we really had to make sure that we would use the same doors, because there were some shooting days that I was not on set or Giancarlo was not on set, but you had to make sure that they would use the same door, because otherwise in the edit it would have been totally lost. So, like, we had a lot of conversations about it. We also spoke a lot with our art director. And we also made like floor plans, like with like shot lists, to make sure that we would do the correct thing, because it's all like in that kind of way virtual, and we have to make it real life, and like it's one big puzzle to connect everything in the correct way.
And so, for example, in the first episode, when they get in, when they have the bags on their heads and they get in the building.
Yeah.
That's Amsterdam.
The Rijksmuseum, right?
No, that's Koepelkerk. It's near Central Station.
It's like it was a previous church, and now it's connected to a hotel. It's like some conference hall.
But it was just a door, and when they get in, and you see the library, that's a museum in Haarlem. And when they go to the tunnel, that's on a soundstage. And when they get out of the tunnel, that's the Tropical Museum in Amsterdam.
Oof.
Yeah, and it goes on and on.
Yeah, actually, the next question we had was if the mansion was a location, but it's actually a headache of so many different things.
It's a nightmare.
But it's a beautiful nightmare. It's a beautiful nightmare.